me tell you some things that I've learned coming back on social media, on YouTube. It has been a journey. It's been a little over a year since I've been on my other channel, and then I was on this channel for a little bit. And I got off of this channel for about 6 months because I was trying to focus on my courses for my hair, helping women grow hair, balding hair, aging hair, damaged hair, as well as some other things about hormones and different things in your body internally. But I feel like this is where I'm called to be on this channel, because I feel like helping people learn and grow, because I learned from scratch, not knowing anything from the tech side, online courses, building your courses online, ebooks, guides, trackers built by AI. It has been amazing what you can do in any niche, in anything that you're deciding to teach other people. So this is something that I feel it interests me. And don't get me wrong, I love helping women, because this is something I help myself daily with, to be a better person and to have more confidence in yourself. But that can be in any niche. I know I've been so down on myself on social media. I always look at other people, where they're at, how many subscribers they have, how many views they're getting, and it can get discouraging. If you're constantly looking at other people, it's nice to compare yourself certain times. And if you need encouragement, you need somebody that's a mentor and that is going to encourage you, then that's one thing. But if you're constantly comparing yourself, you can get really, really discouraged and want to quit. So I have been building online courses for quite a while. I started off Kajabi, that's a storefront. And yeah, granted, I did like that. All of the storefronts are pretty pricey to me, but once you start making money, it's worth it. And then I went to Stan Store. I did that for a little bit in the beginning of my courses. Of course, nothing sold, just because when you're brand new, it's really tough. You got to get yourself out there. People start to have to, trust you, because you're showing up. You're this new creator, you're a new business owner, and you're telling people about it. You're learning as you go, and it's really, really a learning process. You have to take it with a grain of salt, because there's days you just want to throw in the towel. You're learning, you're growing. Have some grace on yourself. And then I recently went to Samcart, which I really do like. I'm experimenting with low ticket. So what it is, you have your course, your mini course, whatever you're doing, and you put it for a amount such as 25, 35, 50, even 97. So anything like even a couple $100 you could do. But I started off with 24, I believe my course is, then my other channel, which I will be putting those out here eventually. But I'm just trying to get back easy into this channel and work on building my online course for this, to teach people how to create courses. But I go off on a tangent and I forget what I was saying. And I feel like that's not good. That's one of my things I'm trying to work on, is not jump around in my conversation, because I do tend to forget. I'm on my way to work, by the way. Anyway, I'm probably lost that, so I'm gonna move on. And I'm sorry about that. I have to pause. I never got what I was trying to say again, so I feel like as a new creator, starting is one of the hardest things ever. You hear so many people, you hear coaches, gurus. This is my third coach. I believe that's what I was saying. And then you have your course, and then you have your checkout. I make it to directly my checkout page. I don't have any funnels going to this, that about me. What I do in my checkout page, I put a little backstory about why I created the store. The course. And then I have some other things in there, like a little disclaimer. I have what they'll get out of it, what they put in the work. I'll put what all is in the course. And then I have some Q&As. And then I have something on the bottom, where it says, are you ready? Some of them I have. My first course, I don't have that, but the order bump, I put it in there. I put buy now or pay here, or I didn't say pay here, checkout or something. I don't know. It's just a checkout button. And then on the bottom, I said I'm ready. So I'm learning that more and more as I go. But that I put as a checkout page. So when you put in a link or your description in YouTube, whatever your social media is, as soon as they click on, they'll get right into your checkout page. Because so many people, as you know, if they don't know you, they're already hesitant and they are not going to buy your course, right away. And even with the checkout page, it takes people time to go in, keep seeing you show up, and they're going to, eventually click it on. In my Instagram, I have ManyChat, and so what that is, it's, if you're talking about something, your call to action, you put, if you want the link to your hair growth journey, to start your blueprint or whatever you're going to say, you say comment hair or comment a word. And so they're going to comment that word. Well, I've had people doing it left and right, but it takes time because they're not sure, who I am. Because I got back on Instagram about, I'd say max 4 months ago, or maybe, about 4 months ago, I think. Because I got off Instagram for a couple years and I started focusing on TikTok. I was all over the place. I was selling something else. I've tried everything. I mean, I've tried Etsy, print on demand. I've tried to sell my online courses. My hair oil. But that is something, I do have my own business for that. I did get off of there for a little bit. All of it is really tough, let me tell you. Okay, so if you have don't have a remotely somewhat of a strong spine, you're going to throw in the towel and walk away. It is not for the faint of heart. Trust me, it has been a journey, and you expect things to happen. You see other people posting, you see other people doing the same thing or similar to you, and they're getting all this traction. You're like, what are they doing? So yes, it could be very, very tough. But I have something on my Instagram, my channel, or I'm just saying YouTube, my Instagram, that was another older account that I was doing Etsy and print on demand and everything, and I did everything but are cheap. I took everything off, so starting from scratch, but it's not a brand new Instagram. It's something that I was posted on before. So I'm starting to do the online, just started talking about it, and I do have a guy at work. He said, oh, are you, I really, really don't want, okay, with Instagram, I really don't like the fact that people can find you from your Facebook. I am really private with people that I know. I don't want people on my YouTube. That's a good thing about YouTube. If you don't tell people, they're not going to find you. The chances of them to find you are really limited. On Instagram, people see you and they have no interest in getting your courses. So do not tell people on YouTube, or the people that you know that you have a YouTube channel that you know personally. Is going to hurt your channel more in the long run, because they're not interested in what you have to say. They're not going to go on to support you. They're only going to watch maybe a minimal of your channel and then be gone. And it just hurts it more. So trust me, I know that this is something that is bewildering. I thought, oh yeah, the more people I told in the beginning, which I never told YouTube. I never told people on YouTube, but I told them about TikTok and Instagram. Well, Instagram people just find you anyway. So I don't want people even hearing me what I have to say that knows me personally, because sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger than it is someone you know. It makes me really uncomfortable, because I want to be myself. I want to express myself. Sometimes with people you feel like you're going to get judged, or people are just going to see you. I mean, it's just that weird feeling. But and he told me, he's like, oh, I had something that suggested you as to follow, and I said, oh, okay. And he goes, oh, and you're teaching online, right? Digital products. And I said, oh yeah, that's what I'm going to eventually have for my online course, because I do have one for my hair channel, my hair, Instagram. I also have Instagram for my hair stuff. But trust me, as much as I love helping people, and I really do, I feel like this is more my calling, because it makes me feel so good when I accomplish something, especially on Samcart. Samcart is one of the hardest storefronts that I've been on. And I've overcome things that I'm stuck on. I mean, for weeks, there's times that I was stuck on something for maybe a week, not weeks, but a week for Samcart. And it's very tech, very, very. And so I've had to learn. And I just wanted to show other people that Samcart's amazing. Now, the basic I'm on right now, because I feel like for me right now that works. You still do a lot on there. I feel like it it gives more of like that low ticket. You could do high ticket on there too, don't get me wrong, but you could put order bumps on the same page with Samcart, where opposed to Stan Store and Kajabi, you have to leave the page, go to the other course, go to the other whatever you're selling, whether it's ebooks or guides. But here you can do I don't know how many, I forgot. I think it's like a numerous amount of order bumps, add-ons to that actual main course, whatever you're selling on the course. You could do it underneath, and it's cool because on Samcart it says, I think it says popular add-ons, so they know right before all the add-ons that you're going to be doing for, whatever you're charging, 50, 35, 90, underneath they can click on and choose, and that's how your course gets higher, and you build it like that. So that is pretty cool. I really do like it a lot. And I also have a digital tracker, which I was mentioning you could do with anything that you're teaching, any niche. Mine is helping women with their hair. They have those little surveys you do, and you can fill it out, and then you have stuff you check. So it's just basically a no fluff, getting you back on track. It'll score you, and it'll give you what to do and advice. So for instance, if you're not doing your hair protein, if you're not doing your protective hairstyles, you're low on water, didn't take your vitamins, it'll ask you all of that, and you just select it. You write in what you're doing to damage your hair or whatnot. So it's really cool. You can do it on anything. You can do it if you're teaching workout, if you're teaching relationships or self-help, how to grow your own homesteading. And I use that a lot because a lot of people are doing homesteading courses, and they're really getting into that lifestyle. So that's something I've always wanted to do, but I've never done it. I've got a little bit, but not to the extreme of learning how to grow your own food, and I think that would be pretty amazing. So I know another big one that people do is homeschooling. That's a big one. I know that a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are doing just motherhood. I see that a lot in my Facebook group with the third coach that I hired. Now this coach I really do like. She teaches the low ticket. I found her just watching YouTube. I know I seen her a long time ago, but I never really stopped to watch her. And that out of the coaches, all the other coaches, I feel like this is right on point. This is amazing, because I feel like a lot of people think because your course isn't really expensive that it's not worth it, but there's a lot of value in her courses. She had 24 courses for $24, and 24 slides or lessons. I believe that's how it went. So I feel like it's amazing. She has so much informative information that's proven. That has people left and right on her Facebook group saying how they succeeded with her courses and taking her courses. And a lot of people are still in the beginning, or a lot of people have been doing it for a bit and they struggle, but other people get on there, they give them advice, and they help. They are there. So I really do like that. So I just want to touch up on this a little bit, and I'm trying to help other people. That's my goal, and that will show you that you don't have to struggle like I did, and just hours of trying to find what I was trying to find on building the course on Samcart. I know someone on Facebook, I know people here and there, they say that they're spending so much time trying to find how to put their courses even up on Samcart, because it is very, very tricky, but it's one of the best, I believe, and it's proven that it's one of the best, like through big creators, through big coaches. And I've actually been able to find things that a lot of people don't actually still know, and so it's pretty cool. It's pretty amazing. So I'm very proud of myself with that. So I will have that. Hopefully this week I'll start working on that. I was focusing on my hair courses of still going on and trying to help other women, because I know it's a big struggle with things that we go through. So if you're watching this too, I do have another channel. If you're interested, let me know. I will leave that down below, and you can go and watch those. It's basically, anything from a little bit on relationships. I was thinking of having a mini course on that, self-help, just recognizing the red flags. I know a lot of us, we do, and we still go for it in bad relationships. I've done it. I finally have someone that's really in my life that was a friend before we were together, and different ways that I went through I went through trying to find another relationship when I was ready, because I did take time off. So that is just something that I know a lot of us women, we just take in so much just forgiveness, and we keep on in the same cycle. So that's something I may put out there on that. Also, with perimenopause, letting women know that you could start as early as your 30s and have a menstrual. So a lot of women don't know this. Then there is postpartum, like with hair, and just different things that I put out there. I just want to say thank you so much for watching this. It's been a bit, and I have to build this again. I can't even put my suggested videos, because I think if you get off YouTube for a while, it doesn't let you suggest your videos, because I notice when I watch it back to make sure it's okay, my video, because I do edit it first a little bit, because there's some things that I don't like in there at times. I've gotten better with saying "and" a lot, but I know I mentioned that, I think, in some old videos that I put in here. And of course I say most people do that. Once in a while I leave some of that in, but not very often. I try to take some stuff out, but it didn't show my suggested videos at the end. So I don't know what was going on with that. Everyone have a great rest of your day. This is my goal, to just work on helping people and showing up and not have a job, a job I go to, But I have to for now. I can't just get up and quit. Not yet, but that is something that is a goal of mine. Also, to live at a beach. I want to do that. All right. Have a good one.